Alright, so I watched an anime recently called Koroshi Ai, or Love of Killing, Love of Kill. I don't know. I don't care. I just look at the Japanese title. This felt like a Japanese guy tried to do something like John Wick, but with two leads, all the while bouncing between being serious and childish. I feel like there's a lot of good here, but I struggle to call the overall story well put together. It's okay. I guess if you want to see anime with guns running around actually getting injured instead of total stormtrooper treatment, then this isn't too bad, but it is very inconsistent. What is it about? To be honest, I'm still not sure. Supposedly there's some sort of agency in the law enforcement variety which does who knows what, but Chateau, the blonde female lead, is working for it, that much is clear, and ends up tracking this assassin, Song Ryan-ha. He then proceeds to basically stalk her, and this ends up bringing some people who are after him. Yeah, I don't know what the hell this is all about. It's weird and kind of disjointed. What did I like? Well, I guess the two leads interacting can be amusing. On paper, it's creepy. Oh boy, is it creepy. Imagine trying to do your job and an assassin with a body count in the hundreds, or at least over 100, starts appearing everywhere you go and sending videos of kidnapping gangsters. Well, she doesn't seem awfully happy about the arrangement. He meanwhile acts like a total doofus and pretends like he's a charming fellow, just trying to win her over. All the while she's trying to shoot him and get him arrested. It's pretty funny early on. In the middle it drags a little, gets melodramatic and but later on, when the explanation and the backstory rolls in, well, I guess I bought it. I suppose this whole story could be one giant plot hole, but hell, I bought it, so I did enjoy that. Barring that, I'm drawing a blank. Regarding both positives and negatives, sometimes there is real gravity to the situation, with fights leaving people seriously injured, and like with typical anime, it's just a flesh wound. Then it kinda spits on it and moves on as if nothing happened, and it's unclear whenever a day passes or months. There's never really an explanation as to how long it has been. I also enjoyed the messed up family of killers who show up later, because they are, messed up. And they don't necessarily follow a chain of command or play by any rules, which can be interesting, but then it kinda loses gravity when there are no repercussions for these kinds of actions. Overall, this is my biggest problem. There can be flashes of brilliance which then get hidden behind ineptitude and laziness. Even the relationship between the two. It can be actually this deadly game of cat and mouse, and then it jumps into an anime's slapstick. There we go. There could be a genuinely funny moment of sitting around a campfire, lying through the teeth, and then what follows is a typical woman slap man is funny, isn't it? It's like this was written by someone as a sort of grim and dark power fantasy. This horrible world filled with killers, and the obvious psychological trauma this woman goes through, only to meet this psychopath who is obsessed with her, and now she has a crisis because she is warming up to him, but every part of her screams to run away and reject this monster. But then someone else comes along, says the writer that it's so dumb and too serious, and paints it like a happy comedy, where everyone is having fun, shooting guns, running around, saying one-liners and fighting against the impossible odds like Rambo. Obviously coming of it with just a few scrapes and bruises. I don't know what they were thinking, but I'm just left confused. I can mention that there are plenty of deaths which happen, shown like a shocking scene, and then nothing. It's not mentioned, it's not even acknowledged, just a few seconds of a dumping bodies. No comments about why they even do that. I mean, it's obvious for the storytelling, and it makes the antagonist intimidating, but for the actual story itself, it's just a stupid point. This would draw the attention of a crew. There would be a manifest, the blood would be everywhere, someone was bound to notice a whole bunch of bodies, and the dumping procedure, blah blah blah. It's just... man, I don't know. Maybe if someone were to edit out all the questionable scenes, trim it to maybe 2 or 1 less episode because of that, remove a little bit of a mafia backstory, as that didn't actually matter much after the first antagonist, and then change some stuff for the escape sequence to make it less simple. Then I think this would be a pretty great anime series, but this does not it. Maybe there was a clueless producer, maybe the director was high out of his gourd, maybe the writer felt like he's messing up, but there is a very obvious disconnect between the people who worked on this, and it significantly suffers as a result. Oh, and lastly, I liked the little ad break sequences in the middle of the episodes, the black and white picture and then the color shining in. That looked pretty cool, but this was extremely small, so I totally forgot about it until the last moment. Oh well.